First of all, thank you, Kaushik sir, for joining with us, and we are really privileged to have you with us today. And it's an honor that we are having such an elite person with us, sharing their insights about the today's topic, that is ideapreneur to entrepreneur. So, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to today's IRE talk. I'm Professor Sandeep Ansali from the team GIBS, and it's my privilege to host today's IRE talk. Before we begin, let me share a few insights about GIBS. GIBS Business School Bangalore is managed by Goal Educational Trust, an institution based in Bangalore. GIBS offers an AICTE Approved PGDM Program and BBA from Bangalore University. Our faculty emphasizes on mentorship and practical learning, preparing its students for industry ready through programs such as GIBS Finishing School, GIBS IRE School, and with having a track record of placements in top-notch companies that ensures the bright career prospects for all the students. We at GIBS, we foster innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. Our mission is to empower individuals for personal as well as professional growth, developing their leadership skills and facilitating networking opportunities for all the students join us. And today we are honored to have Mr. Kaushik Mahapatra as a keynote speaker. There's a nice quote which he always says when he says, when your passion becomes your profession becomes your obsession. So that's a really nice line by Kaushik sir. And Mr. Kaushik is a renowned figure in the field of leadership, coaching, as well as organizational science. He boasts a diverse range of titles and accolades, including being awarded as award-winning influencer, international speaker, top seller author, and Asia's most promising corporate coach as well as trainer. He is just not a leadership coach, but also a business and innovation coach. Mr. Kaushik has mentored some of the world's best leaders, including Mr. John Maton, Steve Jobs coach, Tony Robbins, and world's top speakers and motivators. He is also the founder of Indian Leadership Academy and serves as chief mentor with over 150,000 alumni in multiple countries. ILA has sparked a leadership movement within the communities, and Mr. Kaushik also advises Skill Central from UK, aiming to lead with wisdom and foster oneness globally through sharing and wisdom. With over 25 plus years of work experience running multi-billionaire dollar business units, Mr. Kaushik has worked with top-notch companies worldwide such as IBM, Amazon, Bosch, and many more. His specialties includes leadership invention, coaching, inclusive and quantum leadership, neuroscience, corporate spirituality, and keynote speaking. He's also author of top-selling book like Are We Leading, mini book of mindfulness, and he has also received a Philippine Award of Community Leadership by GE. In addition to his impressive career, he is also involved in various projects and ventures, including the Indian Leadership Academy. Mr. Kaushik is global and KMG Inspire a Billion, a global visionary organization, the Popcorn School and Education Venture, a 60 plus India's first play school for seniors. His work span multiple countries, including India, Singapore, UK, UAE, Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. I'm so sorry, sir. I would beg a pardon from you. I'm cutting down on your profile. I can go on for another couple of hours for this, but I'm so sorry for that. And thank you so much for joining with us today. Before I hand it over to you, sir, one small announcement I would love to make here. For all the participants who have joined in, kindly note in case if you have any doubts, any queries, you can put it in the Q&A section. We will take it at the end of the session. Sir, over to you. We are eager to listen from you, sir.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you so much for doing that. I mean, I know you do it for all, but I really felt so nice when you were reading about my profile.
Thank you.
I truly believe, guys, that when you are a human being, your past doesn't guarantee your present, right? Your past is your past, guys. Today, in today's day, yes, I had a past, but today I am actually in front of 46 entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, passionate entrepreneurs. And one day I know you all have the ability to surpass what we have done. And time and again, people have done that, guys. And I'm sure one day you will be doing that. When I'm here for the next 1 hour, I'm going to share my experiences I'm an IIM Lucknow alumni. When we were in IIMs and doing MBAs and stuff like that, I remember whenever there used to be a talk like this, I used to sleep, frankly speaking. And I used to wake up at, during attendance time. Whenever they used to take an attendance, I said, yeah, count me in, because, we had, the attendance was actually, tied with our overall performance as a student, right?
The
So how many
motivation to
members?
be in the session, sir.
Yes. So feel free if you want to sleep, guys. Feel free. I know it's a webinar, but I hope that whatever I speak in the next few minutes, it's from my heart, and it's a heart-to-heart talk. I'm not going to. I'm not a big fan of slides. I don't want to do death by PowerPoint, right? And I don't want to do next slide, next slide, next slide. But I'm here to talk to you, to share some of my experiences, to share some of my success stories and some of my failure stories. And it's okay. In front of you, I saying that I failed also multiple times in my life, right? And it's okay to fail, right? That's what life has taught me. So before I start, yes, the topic is all about you being an ideapreneur and transitioning to an entrepreneur. Now, when it comes to ideas, it's generally seen that human beings have tremendous amount of ideas, ideas after ideas, ideas after ideas. Right? When I used to be in school and college, from those days, I had a lot of business ideas. I used to see everything around me and used to create a business idea. And my dad, mom used to say, "What a faltu idea! What a bad idea, man! This will never work." But I kept dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. I created more bad ideas, more bad ideas, more bad ideas. And one day, when I was in college, my college mates used to hate me. Say, "Oh man, if this guy is here, right? Even chai tak nahi jate the mere saath. Oh man, this guy will talk about some business idea, right?" But I'm happy that I became a businessman after working for corporates for 20 years. I am actually a founder of a company for almost 7.5 years now. So at 48, when I look back, I feel that yes, business is keeping me young. Business is keeping me motivated. Business is keeping me on my toes. Like my peer, I'm not taking rest and saying, "Hey, it's retirement life" and stuff like that. It is definitely making me look forward. But how did it start, by the way? As I told you, yes, it's all started ideas and ideas and ideas. The nature of ideas is, guys, ideas are incremental always. It keep coming and keep coming. And I'm sure some of you have got tremendous amount of ideas. These ideas come again and again, again and again. Some of you probably are not able to sleep because of ideas. In fact, at some point of time in the evening, you search something, you got something, and you keep searching and searching and searching, talking to people and finding out whether my idea is $1 billion idea or not. And I'm sure you guys have also slept at 4 o'clock pondering over your ideas. We did that a lot, right? And the next day somebody says, "Hey man, you don't have the resources, man." Yes, $1 billion idea, but you also need money, right? You also need co-founders, right? So the nature of ideas is always like this, guys. But in my childhood days, I used to take pride that, I have so many ideas compared to my friends. But with time, I realized that everyone has ideas. Some people talk, some people don't talk. So today, at 48, I have realized that if you just have ideas, it's of no use, guys. Right? I know it might feel bad. Well, every business starts with an idea. So how come it's of no use? It's like this, guys. In our industry, in our HR coaching industry, there's one quote I coined sometime back. I wrote sometime back. It says, and everyone, even though you're in a webinar mode, you repeat this with me, right? And Sandeep, you're going to repeat this louder with me. Say, talent, potential, and skill is of no use.
Is of no use
if it is unused. Talent, potential, and skill, guys, is tremendous. Everyone has it. Every human beings have it, right? But it's of no use if it is unused. And everyone is talented. If people are telling you, saying, "You man, you're so much of potential, so talented," don't take pride in it, because it's like this: you have something, but you're not using it, my dear friends. That's even more dangerous. Same thing holds for ideas. And I repeat, saying ideas are of no use if it is unused. Even if it's a very small micro idea, if you have used it, and then you know whether it's working or not working for you, even with a minimum investment, or it can be a social venture also for that matter, then your idea counts. Yes, they say every idea counts, but it will only count when you make it count. So today, our first learning, my dear friends, is ideas, hai. Don't be so proud, because that's only the first step. But good. The best part of it is, they say that for any business, the start always takes care of the end. The start always takes care of the end, guys. And you've already started because you have that idea. And no one else has that. So good. So to some extent, it's good, but don't take a lot of pride. I have tons and tons of ideas. And also, please, if your peers, your friends are coming with a lot of ideas, challenge them, saying, "Man, don't just tell me your idea. Tell me how do we execute it." That's more important, guys. Unfortunately, any entrepreneurship cell do not give us the platform where we can change our idea to an entrepreneurship idea quickly. We can accelerate, right? Most of the businessmen learn how to convert an idea to a startup by their own. I am a graduate from London Business School and Indian Institute of Management. I'm still telling you that what my college taught me was only 10%. And that's how schools and colleges and MBA schools are made, guys. Yes, probably Bangalore GIBS is very popular. I'm very happy that your students are doing so well, right? So you guys are a little more better, but don't expect that in your MBA class people will teach you, because no MBA class is doing it. Yes, it'll make your foundation strong. But if you're looking for something, hey, I want to change my idea to a business idea by reading books, enough of it, guys. No, it will not. Because your idea was original. They never had that original idea when they wrote the books. And hence, standard things doesn't work in our business, in businesses. It has to be tailor-made, right? And you know it, right? That they say that anything, whatever we have learned in schools, colleges, right? Plus, the things which matter most in your life is not taught in schools and colleges, right? You ask your parents, have anybody taught them parenting? No, right? When you will be married, you will be asked, has anybody told you or taught you how to be a spouse? But we learn it with time, right? हम झगड़ा करते हैं, प्यार करते हैं, फिर सीखते हैं. The same thing will hold good for your business also, guys. So all I'm saying is, I was very, very impatient with my ideas. Very impatient. I want to do something in 1 or 2 months and make sure I make a mark. Popular. I wanted to be popular, in fact, more than being rich, and nothing, right? And I was actually having guilty also. I used to ask my teachers, becoming popular is it good, bad, ugly? And one of my mentors helped me, no, being popular is good. That's okay if you want to be popular. That's okay if you want to make money. It's your life. But even if you want to make yourself popular, make more money, that doesn't mean you will be impatient, guys. So my first step towards you changing your idea to an entrepreneurship journey is to have loads and loads of patience. Don't be in a hurry, guys. Don't be in a hurry. At the same time, don't be so slow also. Right? As the leader of the leaders, Ratan Tata says, be sincere in your life, businessmen. Don't be serious. Don't be serious in your life. Be sincere in your life. A lot of businessmen, when they have powerful ideas, they become very serious, saying, hey, my idea is the best idea. It's my way or the highway. And why is my idea not getting funding and stuff like that? Why are people not joining me? Don't be so impatient, right? They will one day if they see value in your idea, right? So my first thing is be a lot more patient, right? Is everyone with me? Is everyone learning, listening? All my 54 entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, remember, it's not just a job which is waiting for you. You can be an entrepreneur as well and give me a job. Give Sandeep a job, right? Good, nice. Give me high five. Give me high five. A virtual high five. Some of you are doing it, by the way, though I cannot see you. Right? Give me a virtual heighten, jumping heighten. Okay, give me a thumbs up at least if you are listening to me. I want to see how many of you are like me sleeping in a class like this. And Sandeep, do you see do you see hands by the way?
Few of them, yes. Shifa, Yash.
Yeah.
Now everybody is awake.
Awake. I knew that. Good. Oh, Gladwin is also here. Hi, Gladwin. How are you? Good. So with that, that's my first thing, guys. Have lots of patience. But at the same time, the second thing, which what Ratan Tata says, is be sincere in your life. Don't be serious. When I say sincerity, you as a student, yes, you have got tons and tons of things to do. In today's life of a student is very, very stressful, very challenging. There's so many things we need to do at the same time. But all I'm saying is be sincere and find out how many hours can you give to your idea. That's it. That's all you have to make up in your mind. Say, hey, you know what, Kaushik, I can give 2 hours. That's it. Even if it's 1 hour a week on a Sunday and a dedicated 1 hour, right, with no distractions, it's a wonderful investment, guys. They say for a businessman in today's world, time is the biggest investment than money. It's no more money because money is in galore. If you actually come to me with an idea, I have now 5 people who can fund you. Earlier, I never knew these people, but now that we are in the business and we also teach people business coaching, how to run a business, I can give you 5 founders, 5 funders, not founders. 5 people who can fund you. But time is what you need to give now. Right? And it's very easy, guys. You might not have the most amount of money. Your dads and moms will not give you money saying, hey, dad, why don't you give me this 1 crore? I don't want to invest. Nobody gives you that. Right? They will only give you when they see credibility in you. Which makes us come to the third point, which is credibility, guys. People know you before they know your company, before they know your idea. You is the most important thing. And how many times we have said this, that we all are brands. Human beings are considered as brands today. It's brand Sandeep who's talking to me. It's brand Bhavna, it's brand Chetna, it's brand Chitra, it's brand Divya. We all are brands, my dear friends. We'll have to consider ourselves brand. There is nothing wrong in branding. When I used to work in the US and UK, the US and UK culture taught us this. Do this, show this. And when I mostly worked in India and of course in the East, Japan or Singapore, for us it's different. We do this and show this. Now both are extremes, right? Both are extremes. Both are like exaggerations, right? The idea of a human being a brand is very simple, guys. If I am this, so this, not more, not less. Yes, I'm capable of doing this. And no one can stop me from doing this. Not even you, not even me, and not even all these people in the Zoom call. So, my dear friends, first and foremost thing is credibility. And when credibility comes into picture, you as a brand comes into picture. Next time you take your name, read your name with a lot of respect, because soon you're going to be a brand. In fact, I want you to consider yourself as a brand right from this moment onwards. Right? I want everyone to, if you can do in the chat box, just say, I am brand and your name. Don't put my name. right? Let's see how many of you are considering yourself as a brand, right? Perfect, 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 perfect. I cannot see anything. Man, where's the chat box? Why are people so?
It's in the Q&A, sir.
It's the Q&A. Okay. I only always see two people. Oh, can we all clap for Mohammed Arif? And by the way, question, Glavin is asking a question. Okay. Brand Omar, very good. Brand Mohammed, very good. Right? Brand Rima, very good. Okay. She's asking me advice on source funding. We'll do that, guys. But I think this is more important. Brand Prathamesh, wow. Brand Anand, very good. Right? Good, guys. You made it because you were the first ones to do it. You are selected. Others are rejected. That's how it is, guys. Now, after your branding thing comes this competition. That's why I said you're selected, others are rejected. Why? Because everything you do, guys, there are limited resources. There's limited attention span. Now, the way you are creating your own startup, there are hundreds of people creating startups. In fact, now, in the latest statistics, people say that 80% of students don't want to do a job anymore. 80%, that's a huge number. And these numbers are really, really, I mean, it's a good sign, I would say. Right? Why not? Right? But then I also wonder who will do job then if everyone becomes a business owner. Right? But frankly speaking, it's going to be more challenging, more competitive. And you need to be completely focused. You need to be ahead of the game. Right? Even if, when I ask you this question, right? If you see some people got some brownie points, not all, because they were attentive. Right? So all I'm saying is, guys, the next one is, yes, be aware of your competition. By the way, a lot of us think that I don't have any competition. My competition is only with me. That's also a great way of thinking. But always think that the resources are limited. Let's say, for example, if you now ask your MBA school to fund you, they will say, hey, let me do it for the best of the people. Right? Why would they do it for everyone? And that's what it is, guys. Right? Let the best men or the women win. Right? That's what is the rule of the whole world. Right? So all I'm saying is, my next step is all about being very, very focused, very sharp, very quick, right, on things, and don't waste a lot of time in thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking. Right? Once you made up your mind, it's my idea. Right? Just do it before you have one more idea to execute. So it's always like the idea, execute, idea, execute, idea, execute, idea, execute. Because if you are abandoning an idea, an abandoned idea is more like an abandoned baby, guys. Doesn't get a lot of attention. And your confidence level is also going to be down. Oh man, I had 10 ideas, it's my 11th idea. And your mind is always thinking, oh, is this going to be work or not? Will this attract a lot of funding? Will this sell? Will this get a target audience? So if you're thinking, guys, when you're sharing your idea, remember, it's already a public idea. And you already made it public. Right? So better you encash on it before you look at another idea. Right? So this is how I would say I would say describe the whole idea cycle. Now, the moment you have a brilliant idea, guys, stick to it. Right? Even if you're not sticking to your girlfriends or boyfriends, stick to this. Right? That joke. I want to make sure people are awake. That's why. Right? But all I'm saying is stick to ideas. We have put a lot of effort, guys. Don't let it go in vain. Or else, if you want to really give it to somebody who's more, more capable than you, give that idea to them, and at least ask that person to say, hey, you know what? Tomorrow when you do your venture, I want at least you to put my name in your website saying the idea came from Mr. Sandeep. Give me that credibility. That's fine. And that way you can say, hey, you know what? This is my venture, but for another 5 ventures, I gave the idea. And that's how you build your credibility. Perfect. Now, one big, though I said a lot of do's, one don'ts. Never share your idea with anyone when your idea is premature. A lot of people do this. Hey, I've got some idea. Maybe it's a premature idea. Can I talk to somebody and get some, more ideas? And then maybe they'll be able to polish it. You cannot trust everyone when it comes to an idea, because your idea probably can be one of the best ideas. These are $1 million ideas, right? For you, but for me, it's not even a 10 rupee idea. So there will be a lot of people who will be critics of your ideas, right? Only talk your idea to somebody who is trusted, my dear friends. If you are not talking to somebody who is trusted and you're trying to get some mileage saying, hey, let me prove my point. I will go in the chai ka adda and I'll say I have brilliant ideas and let's see what they have, man. Don't do that, guys. That's called bachpana. Don't do it. You're already matured as future entrepreneurs. Perfect. So that's called idea leakage in our industry. Don't let that happen. Don't let idea leakage happen. You never know. You know what? The idea which you're seeing now, you probably will execute in 20 years from now. Write it down. In fact, you should have an idea repository. And you should actually give, in the college days, I used to have an idea repository. I used to give my own marks in a scale of 1 to 10, rate them in terms of my ideas. And at some point of time, I used to ask my trusted mentors, and I used to ask them, hey, what do you think in terms of your rating when it comes to idea? Because remember, guys, when it's about a business, it's about you, and it's around you also. It's not just you, but around you. Though the idea started with you, but the around you is going to buy from you. And hence, their feedback is the most critical feedback which you have to get. Right? So I've been talking for the last 30 minutes. I hope this is making sense. I don't want to run slides and bore you, but this is my way of sharing some of the things which I have seen when it comes to ideas, being converted to great opportunities, my dear friends. Okay. So far, so good. Is there any question? I wanted to check if
we have few questions, sir. Probably in case if we can take up now a few of them, and probably at the end, we can.
Yes, we can do that, guys.
Yeah. So the Mr. Gladwin asked, sir, question to Kaushik Mahapatra, sir. Nowadays, school students are getting ideas to open a business. So should the parents still be rigid to them or be flexible to support them?
Great question, right? In 2017, we actually did 2 things as a corporate social responsibility initiatives. We opened a play school called India's first play school for senior citizens. It was called 60 plus, right? And then we also created something for the school students, which is called a Young Entrepreneur Program. And in the Young Entrepreneur Program, there were children from 8 to 13 years old. They were 8 years old to 13 years old. In fact, that was more like an experiment. We're seeing whether people understand entrepreneurship or business. And to my surprise, my team said, everyone understands what's a business. Everyone. Right? Everyone. And I'm not even talking about the Shark Tank days. I'm talking about before Shark Tank days. Now, with Shark Tank, everyone knows everything. My 12-year-old wants to create a business. He knows everything. What are the different levels of funding also he knows. Can you, right? Perfect.
All right, so thank you so much for that.
No, I've not completed my answer.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to do it quickly. So all I'm saying is that venture worked really well and people were really, really gung-ho about ideas. So I think it's great. In fact, one of the students, I remember I asked them, hey, do you know how to resolve problems? What is the biggest problem in Bangalore? They say traffic problem. I said, okay, how do you resolve the problem? And then one guy came up, Glavin, and said, yeah, I have an idea. What we will do is, in the road, when there is this mid path, which is not used, we will create some barricades and we'll have bikes go there. What a brilliant idea, right? So I think very, very much, I think from school, it has to be taught, guys.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. So in that case, I would also acknowledge that, yes, we should support or promote the ideas what they have. I think they are more creative than us in a lot of context, I would say. We have the mental barriers, but I'm sure the kids do not have that.
Very innocent
Thank
ideas.
you so much for that. Moving to the next question, sir, Mr. Mohammad Arif is asking, sir, how do we develop a viable business idea as an ideapreneur?
I think, see, what is viable today is not viable tomorrow, right? But I think what matters is now. I think what matters most for human beings is what should be there in your idea at this point of time. What matters more? Let's say, human beings want to save time, right? There's an idea which came from a school, from a college going from, I think it was from Christ University. And that person came to and he's created something where he says it's more like an advanced series where he says, hey, book my tickets from Bangalore to Hyderabad. And he's actually done it in such a way that in 5 minutes, the tickets are getting booked and it is coming to my email ID. What a great idea, guys. Right? And I said, wow, man, I have to take manually, all my admins are taking almost 30-40 minutes in doing it. And you did it. Of course, there's some mistakes and all that, which we kind of figured out. But I'm saying that, guys, for me, time is the most important thing. And so viable is how to save money and time. That's it. How to cut costs, how to cost time is the biggest challenge still human beings are facing.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So the next question has been asked by Rima Revanka. She's asking, like, sir, could you share any advice on securing funding and resources during the transition from ideapreneurship to the entrepreneurship?
Yes. So funding, guys, in our days, funding used to be a big issue. There was no funding available those days, by the way. When I'm saying probably 10, 15 years back. But in today's scenario, funding has changed. I'm telling you, right? Now, you come to me, come to anyone, any entrepreneur knows 5 people who can fund. But there are some negatives about funding also, you know it, right? When somebody funds you, he also expects a lot of things from you, right? A lot of students, I would really, really encourage you to bootstrap to start with, right? Bootstrap, put your money, get that experience, and then get into the funding, mode, right? But don't worry, funding is in galore, guys. It's just that we don't know what we don't know, right? The moment you talk to 2 or 3 funders or angel investors, this is that simple. Right? So don't worry about that. People, once they see that your idea is a great idea, a viable idea, and you have a team who can back up, and what are the potential challenges. Let's say every funder will ask you this: hey, can you tell me in the next 3 years what is going to be your potential revenue? What's going to be a potential cost, and what's going to be a potential risks? And how do you overcome that? If you have that clarity for the next 3 years, he or she will give you money, guys. Of course, if you ask for 10x, they will give you 3x. So you have to be sharp there. If you ask 10x, people will give you 3x. But yeah, I hope I'm answering these questions because I'm also in a rush to answer these questions. But don't worry, guys. I am in LinkedIn. If I can be of any help or my team can be of any help, we'd love to answer some of your questions. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Certainly, sir. Thank you so much for that, sir. We have Dr. Arvind. He's asking, what is the best way to measure leadership integrity?
What's the best way to measure leadership?
Leadership integrity.
Leadership integrity. Okay. Okay, so this is, integrity, ethics is something people talk a lot, frankly speaking, right? What they talk and what they preach, there'll always be a difference, guys. Because very thin line of difference. right? But however, it's like this. I think the biggest measure comes from you as a leader. How authentic you are. You only know it, right? So I think the biggest measure of a leader in today's world is how close are you to being a human leader. A human leader, guys, right? They say there are only two kinds of people in this world. One category is called, right, doing human. The other category is called being human, right? If you are in that category of more into being human, that's a great achievement for you, right? So that's how you will measure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Let's one more thing which we generally say, it's gone those days when we used to deal in B2B and B2C. It's now the time as edge to edge, where
Edge to
human to
edge,
human.
yeah. Yes, edge to edge, yes.
Right. Thank you so much for that, sir. So next question has been asked by it's been asked by Joyson. He says, how do you build a team to support your entrepreneurial journey?
Very good. That's a wonderful, wonderful question, because without a team, you cannot do anything, guys. Right? Now, in our days when we started, we were always taught in a B school saying, "Hey, you want to start a business? You have to have a dream team." I realized in my 27 years of experience that there is nothing called as dream team.
Dream team.
You only dream of that dream team. There is nothing called as dream team, guys. Unfortunately, the rule of making a team is, it says, we like people who are like us. We like people, or we tend to like people who are like us.
Like us.
In fact, we hire people also who are like us, knowingly, unknowingly. But if you have to grow as a businessman or the leader, you should like people who are unlike you also. That's how they will complement you, guys. Or else you will have 10 people who are thinking like you, not complimenting you, and it's of no use. Right? So team is critical, but make sure that you have people who are unlike you, they're thinking differently. They're like mad guys, or thinking crazy, they have crazy ideas, or they are like, man, I cannot even anticipate this. So, and as Dhoni says, that the biggest thing about team is for the leader to empower that team. If you can create that team and empower them and be a supporting element in today's arena, that works. Gone are those days where you have to be a Hitler or forcefully do things. No, it doesn't work, guys. So there's a huge transition from command and control to care and connect. Command and control versus care and connect, guys, is the new mantra. If you cannot do it, you cannot be a businessman, you cannot have a great team. It is applicable everywhere. Gone are those days. No more commanding and controlling to a larger extent. Yes, sometimes you will do it, but to a larger extent, care and connect.
Great, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, sir. The next question is being asked by Shifa Fatima. She's in the age of rapidly changing markets and technology. How should an ideapreneur approach adaptability and innovation?
Very good. See, adaptability and innovation has become a day thing now. That every day it's changing. Right now, if things around you are changing and you're not changing, obviously you'll not be able to meet the market demand, right? But again, I think it's all about anticipating. It's all about that's where your network is going to be very, very strong. Your past clients are going to be very, very strong. Building a rapport with your past clients, saying, "Hey, clients, what are you anticipating? Or is there any other competitor you feel can do better than us?" I think it's all about taking them, head on, saying, "I want to be the best, but you tell me. Don't just be goody-goody to me, my client, but tell me, how can I serve you more?" If you can do that, guys, how can you serve you more? How can you serve you more? The client will always tell you his anticipated or her anticipated problems, and that's how you'll be up to the mark. Right? That's it. So finding feedback and feed forward quickly.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. The next question has been asked by Lalita. She says, what resources, books, or mentors would you recommend us to looking to make a transition from ideapreneurship to entrepreneurship?
Okay, there are a lot of these books on entrepreneurship. I would say I would really not like you to read any books when it comes to entrepreneurship. You might be saying, "Oh, that's a surprising thing." Right? I'm telling you, if you would have asked me this question 15 years before, I would have recommended a lot of books. But I don't recommend any book because books only write how standard businesses run, which is already taught in your school, in your business school, guys. You don't have to read any books and waste your time. But I would say consider every entrepreneur whom you see as a book. Read from that book, guys. If you don't have, if now you want to be an entrepreneur and if you don't have 10 entrepreneurs in your network who is easily accessible and you can actually talk to them for a quick 5 minutes in a month or so, or in your LinkedIn platform who is approachable, right, then you've not done a great job. So you must do that. At least 10 books, 10 entrepreneurs are your 10 books, right? Remember, we business guys, we say we are in a human library where every human is a book and we just have to read it. Perfect. So no books. Yes, I could have suggested, but don't read any books, guys. It'll be a waste of time.
So as you suggested that observe the entrepreneurs and observe and observe.
Yes,
You will have to do that.
Very good, Mr. Sandeep.
Right.
Very
Thank you.
I love that phrase. Yeah.
So the last one more question we'll take up for now, sir. So how to know ourselves? What is our capacity of managing the people and any team or organization? Is there any solution for that?
Yes. So three things which are going to matter the most, guys. And remember, that's called IME in our business world. It's called IME. First one we have already covered. What's your idea competence? Are you able to think of crazy ideas or different ideas or unique ideas which can be workable, right? Perfect. Makes sense? So that's your ideation competence. The second one is M, which is called your managerial competence. Right? And they say being a manager is not that great, or no, managers do a lot of stuff, guys. It's not easy to manage things. Well, let me tell you. And whosoever said, no, every manager has to be a leader. No, you have to be a leader, you have to be a manager also, most of the times. It's like this, you have to be a leader, you have to be a follower also most of the times. A great leader knows when to lead and when to follow. Unfortunately, people don't teach you to, hey, you have to be a follower. And you also don't have a goal saying, I want to be a follower, I want to be a manager. Everyone says, I want to be a leader. No. You know when to manage, when to lead, right? So the second one is your managerial competence. Perfect. Coordination, collaboration, having the right network, the art of delegation, what to give to whom is the biggest thing, guys, or else you'll end up wasting a lot of time, right? And the third one, which will be talked in the next 10 years and 10 years and 10 years, is your emotional competence, right? In today's world, we don't say we control our emotions, but we understand people's emotions and we understand our emotions. Understanding emotions, what they are doing, what's their mind is the most important thing. So you have to really prepare yourself, prepare on all the three aspects, not just on ideation, guys. So hence your IME score, I want to really give a number in a scale of 1 to 10, 1 I, M, and E at this point of time, and see where do you want to grow in the next 2 years. Right? If you are able to increase that score quickly, done a wonderful job. Perfect. That's it. Keep it simple, guys. Don't worry too much about other competencies. These three will take care.
Great, sir. I must say that a lot of new things where we only think the idea is the one which works. But as you said, the idea, managerial competencies and emotional competencies are equally important to run the show. So thank you so much for that, sir. And again, Ms. Kashwa is also thanking you for such a wonderful suggestion, sir. And so would you like to take it ahead from here, sir? Any few tips which you would like to give it us in this?
Great. Before I leave, a couple of things which you should start doing, I'm assuming that in the next 1 or 2 years, you'll have your entrepreneurship journey started. Couple of things I would suggest which can help you when you actually start is, most of us in general in life have been leading by answers. You should also learn how to lead by questions. How to lead by questions. Unfortunately, all schools, colleges, universities, parents have only taught us how to lead by answers. Somebody comes to you, hey man, let me give you an advice. Free advices are in galore in today's world. But leading by question. Tomorrow, when you ask thought-provoking questions to your employees, to yourself, then comes those crazy ideas, guys. Somebody says, hey, I want to do this in 10 days. I can finish this in 10 days. You find out, okay, if I ask you to finish this 10 days of work in one day, what resources do you need? And he says, oh, well, give me one more person. And this, so you're able to now do it in one day. Right? Not just, I mean, there's a sample question, but start. This is where probably I'll emphasize on reading some books. And my next book coming, which is also on leading by questions, which I can probably send it to you. But all I'm saying is, you have to start leading by questions. That is the only way you will talk less and convey more. We business owners, we people are so obsessed about speaking and speaking and speaking. We are not in the mood of listening. When you ask questions, you'll be also listening to your employees. Right? Today's entrepreneur is speaking less and conveying more. And that's how he or she is actually saving a lot of time. Right? The best of the entrepreneurs, they don't meet for 1 hour, guys. Just come for 15 minutes, ask the team a couple of questions, make it so thought-provoking that they are really working on something, and they say, hey, next day, again 15 minutes, and we're doing a stand-up meeting. That's it. So your time is going to be the most precious, guys. I told you from the start itself, right? So lead by questions. In fact, if you can write down now, okay, for my business idea, what are the thought-provoking questions I have? Perfect. Makes sense? Right. The second thing, for every business to flourish, as Simon Sinek says, that the golden rule is very, very key. And what's the golden rule? The golden rule is a very simple rule which says, before you start on working on what and how, you work on the why first. In fact, life has become or will become so transactional that we will be only looking at what and how and what and how and what and how. You get up and say, what do I have to do and how I have to do. That's it. You are missing that why, guys. That why is the most important thing. In today's world, they say the context is more important than the content. Content is everywhere. But the context, why are you doing it? If that why becomes so powerful, when we created 60 plus, they said, why? Why 60 plus? And why play school? I said, why not? You know, when everyone can have fun, why 60 plus cannot have fun?
Absolutely.
And still learn, right? In fact, that's the time to have fun, right? When your why is so strong, people come say, oh man, crazy hard, that's what I mean. Got guy? So your why has to be very, very strong. In fact, you will see when you're working on your why, you're actually not able to find out your why. You're only talking about what and how, what and how, what and how. The why thing is very, very challenging, guys. Perfect. A lot of people ask me, why Indian Leadership Academy? I said, my why is nothing but East and West should meet together. Right? Yes and no, right? We're all separated by boundaries, but can be united by wisdom. Perfect. So that was my why, and people really liked it, and then we went on and on and on. Good. So I hope that I kind of give you some more tips. I don't want to take a lot of time of yours. I don't want to give you a lot of downloads, but if you can remember this, guys, leading by questions and work on your why, what, and how. Every month, at least, if you can go to your journal and write down why, what, and how of my business, right? I'm telling you, it will give you all that you need, and it will give you, you know what they say, the most important thing about a businessman or a businesswoman is clarity. Because if you're confused, your team would be confused, your products would be confused. And when you have a confused product, your audience would be confused. And when your audience is confused, they will have the confusion whether to pay you or not pay you. Right? So, my dear friends, keep it simple. Don't complicate it. Don't get overwhelmed when people are doing so many things and they're projecting themselves in shark tanks and showing you cars and stuff like that. Right? You're just starting. Keep it simple. Lead by questions. Right. And when it comes to the golden circle, work on your why, what, and how. And in a daily basis, make sure that IME is also taken care. Your ideation, your managerial thing. Okay, do something which you have not done. I think the best thing about an entrepreneur is to try out something which you have not done. Let's say you've never moderated an event. Let's say you've never been part of an event group. Let's say you've never spoken in a forum. Every week, you can do something for at least 10 minutes, which you have not done, where humans are involved and products are involved, then you are incrementally improving yourself, guys. And to me, the best definition of a businessman or businesswoman or an entrepreneur or a leader is nothing but leadership is all about improvisation, guys. What was I last week and what am I this week? In every aspect, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. Because your mind is comparing. What is my bank balance last month and this month? And the moment you say, oh, this is good, you're saying, wow, I'm fine. I'm financially good. It's simple, guys. Keep it simple. Don't complicate it, my dear friends. Lead by questions. Make sure your golden rule is taken care. Your IME is taken care. And your time, which is the biggest gift, use it for doing something new at least 10 minutes a week.
Thank you so much, sir. There were a lot of takeaways, I would say, where we could understand in a very simple terms, where I would say we are able to understand. One nice line which I love the most was when you say content is not very important, rather context is most important thing. So we always speak that I have a content and I have to just speak it out. But if you don't have the right context, there's no point speaking out your content out. Right. So thank you so much sir, for joining with us, and heartfelt gratitude from the entire team of GIBS. And it's really a pleasure to have you, and we would love to have you in campus as well. So looking forward to meet you in person, sir. And last but not the least, I would also extend my sincere gratitude to all the participants who have joined in. Thank you so much. In case if you still want to understand something more, sir is available on LinkedIn, or probably sir or his team can revert you back. If you have any queries, you can get in touch with us. Do follow sir and GIBS as well to be updated with more things happening. And very soon there's one more book which is coming up of sirs. Do be in touch with them. So I'm sure you will have a lot of takeaways from them as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining in once again. And thank you, audience.
Thank you. And thank you for all that. The smile, the way you conducted it, loving it. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.